Hi, this is Mark again with CloudBees, and now we've got everything set up. Let's have a bit of fun with this project. So I should of course have mentioned that you do need to have the Derby database running. You can just do that with running the network server -h with localhost, and that will do you. You need to have that up before obviously you could connect or anything here. So there we are, I can connect to the local database and I can connect to the cloud database as well. So to see how all this works, let's just have a look at, let's remind ourselves about the profiles. So the local profile, again, when it comes to the Bees Maven plugin and the Bees Run target, it's going to reference an environment that's defined within CloudBees Web XML here, and that local environment sets some context parameters which I can pick up from my servlet, but more importantly this resource ref JDBC countries has parameters pointing to the Apache Derby database, and for the cloud we simply leave CloudBees to resolve this, and we just say the database instance we want is MP countries, and that's all I need to know. So let's go back to our Maven project directory. I'll just pop that down, we don't need to see the database. And here's a standard Maven project, so what I can do is I'll just run Maven with the bees run goal, and I'll use -p local to pick up the local profile. So just running that now, up we come. So I'm running a local Tomcat instance that's all run by CloudBees, so the Bees Run picks up that local server. You don't have to do anything, that's automatically there when you just install the CloudBees SDK. And now I can go to my application, and you can see here that I picked up the context params from the servlet config, and I know that I'm working against the local database, and you can confirm that by seeing that we've got Sweden, Stockholm in that list. So let's just stop that, and I can do that again, but now I'm going to do it with the cloud profile and doing this same exercise. I can come in, I can hit that, and I may have a slight network latency on this one, but you'll see that the application is now using the cloud-based MySQL database, and I don't have Stockholm in that list, just as a visual confirmation. Well, how do I do that within the Eclipse environment? That's very straightforward. I can come here and I can configure the run configurations for the M2 Eclipse plugin. I'll come down here, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create a new run configuration. I'm going to call this Bees Run, and I'm going to call it Bees Run Local DB, just to remind myself that this is running against a local database, and that's where I'm going to store it. This is actually a file stored on disk, which is why I can't put a colon in there, but of course this is the Maven goal, so I can put that in there, and this is where I specify the profile that I'm going to use. And for convenience, I'm going to have that stored as a file on disk in the project workspace, and I'm going to add it to my favorites menu for the run menu. While I'm here, I might as well just go in and actually clone that, so that I'm going to create one now for the CloudDB, and all I have to do is to change the profile to cloud. Everything else is the same, and I can simply go ahead and apply that. And there you are, I now have these two targets that I can pick up in all sorts of ways. The easiest one, frankly, is just to come down here, go run as, and pick that one up. And you'll see down here in the console window, I'm running up my local server, and again I'm going against the local database environment. And don't forget to stop this one or you'll get a socket in use error. And then I can come down here, I can do run as, and I can do the cloud environment. And again, I just have to connect to my app, and I'm working against the cloud environment. You can see there. So that's just a nice little scenario there. I'm going to just pause the recording, and I'll do a second one just to show you how we now integrate that into the CloudBees hosted repository and continuous integration and deployment environment. So let's just stop that there.